Welcome to this video on using Speech Synthesis Markup Language, or SSML, in your Alexa skill. My name is Dave. I am an evangelist on the Alexa team, and today I'm going to quickly walk you through getting started with SSML and then adding it to your Alexa skill. Now, a couple of prerequisites. If you have not created an Alexa skill before, please go ahead and stop this video right now. Navigate over to developer.amazon.com ask, and let me do that for you so you can see where to look. And if we scroll down here, there's a couple on-demand videos. So the first one you want to do is Intro to Ask. That's where you'll see me walk through creating a Lambda function that we're going to modify. And then the second is Voice Design 101. That's where I'll walk through how you can create your Alexa skill to be a more engaging experience. Two more links. If you'd like to check out the Alexa Dev Chat podcast, just go ahead and search for it on your favorite podcast software, or there's a bit.ly there. And then the second part, we are going to use AWS Lambda today for the cloud service piece of our Alexa skill. You do not have to do that. You can use whatever language or host your service wherever you so choose. The important thing is, like all Alexa skills, is the response object that you're going to return in JSON, and that is where we're going to put our SSML today. Now, the walkthrough is at bit.ly Alexa Lambda, and then I've also created another bit.ly called bit.ly SSML Tags, and that's where you'll see a bunch of different tags that we'll go ahead and utilize today. I do get questions about adding an audio tag because it needs to be in a special format. When you're doing it with SSML, folks do get tripped up on that. So I'm going to show you how to do that, how I do that in my own skills, and I use an open source tool called Audacity. So if you do not have Audacity, you can get it for free at audacityteam.org. So let's talk a little bit about what SSML is. I do get questions from a lot of developers of how do I change the way that Alexa responds. I want to change the way she pronounces something. I want to change the way she actually enunciates. And you may have seen some of this happen automatically. If you do a period or a comma, she does pause for a second. And if you do a question mark, she does change her inflection a little bit. But SSML will allow you to take that to the next level. You can kick it up a notch. So you start SSML with speak tags, and you can see here is a screenshot from our developer portal. So I have an open speak tag and a closed speak tag, and then I just use normal text like I would in a plain text or speech output speech object response, but now I intermingle it with these cool little SSML tags. So if you look at the bottom one there, spell out hello, it would actually do HELLO. And, you have the ability to break, you have the ability to play audio, and you also have phonemes. So there's actually over 40 phonemes in the U.S. language. You say tomato, I say tomato. The way that you actually pronounce vowels and different sounds combined in the language, all of that goes into phonemes, and so we'll take a look at that too. All right, enough slides. Let's go ahead and start coding. I'm going to go over to the developer portal and log in. If you have not been through this, again, go ahead and check out the tutorial because I'm going to go through this pretty quick. But Alexa, and then add new skill here. So let's go ahead. We're going to just call ours webinar tags. I think that's good. And then the interaction model, we're actually going to grab through that bit.ly I mentioned. Now, I'm not going to walk through what an interaction model is either. You'll hear about it in the video. But just as a quick overview, the intents are what you're going to set up that Alexa chooses. They're the actions she's going to take. And the sample utterances is so that she builds a language model and understands the type of conversation that's going to happen so that she can make the appropriate choices. Let's go ahead and put in our intent schema. Now, if you've created and you've gone through this tutorial before and it's driven you mad because you'll tell her stop or cancel and she won't, this is why it's actually missing from the portal today. At least it's missing in my opinion. So we're going to add it. Just because as I go through this, it will drive all of you insane if I went through every single time. And there's actually server-side code to handle a stop and a cancel intent. So what this is going to do is when we're demoing with SSML, I could just say stop or cancel, and the skill will actually stop running. All right, let's add our custom, what do we call it, list of colors. Okay, list of colors, red, yellow, and blue, green, pink, orange, black. All right, that's good enough. And then our sample utterance. Here we go. Let's close this. Next. Okay, so while this is going ahead and building our interaction model, we are going to need the Lambda Compute function. So let's come down here. If you do not see Lambda in your shortcut list, it's probably because you haven't run it. So just go over to Compute, as you can see here, and then Lambda, and you'll get to the same screen. Let's go ahead and create one. We're going to create an Alexa one, skills, color, picker. Make sure you've got a trigger, webinar tags. Everything looks good. We'll do an existing basic role next. Yes, you look good. And let's just go ahead and configure a launch request here, just to make sure everything's running server side, and we're good. So you can see here, response object, and inside the response object, we have output speech. This is where SSML will happen. We're actually going to change the type from plain text in SSML, and then we just include it right over here. So let's copy this ARN, and we'll bring it over so we have a working skill. Okay, we got all green checkboxes. We should be able to say ask webinar tags on a device. Now, if you don't have a device, don't worry. We have a free community tool. You can go over to echosim.io. You can see here up at the top. And this should work just as well. Ask webinar tags.
There was a problem communicating with the requested skill.
There's our tags. Ask webinar tags.
Welcome to the Alexa Skills Kit sample.
So
please tell me your favorite color by saying, my favorite color is red.
Okay. Stop.
Thank you for trying the Alexa Skills Kit sample.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
So now we need to add some SSML. Now, all the tags, we start with speak. You do not need to put speak, by the way, here in the voice simulator. The voice simulator will allow you to hear SSML without having to code an actual response. So it's a nice little way to, kind of like a playground, to go ahead and mess around. And I'll say, hello, my name is, and then let's pause here. Let's do a 1 second pause. And close that break tag. So she should go ahead and say, hello, my name is, pause for 1 second, and then Alexa.
Hello, my name is Alexa.
Okay, so you saw that. How do we go ahead and take this and move it over? So I'm just going to cut this whole thing out. We're going to go into our Lambda skill. And we're just going to put it in the welcome message here, so just to make it as simple as possible. So you need to do SSML, all in caps. That's important. Make sure you catch that. And we'll say SSML. Now, normally what I do in my own skills is I'll do something like this. I'll do an open tag, speak, right? And then I'll just connect it with the output. But in order for that to happen, I'd have to change all of the text. Otherwise, some of the responses won't be valid. So what we're going to do today is just keep it simple and do this. All right. Now, the first thing you're going to notice here is you need to encode this. So let's put some backslashes in here. And now it should be properly encoded. Because of that, also be careful when you use home cards. I've seen skills returning home cards with SSML encoded tags in it. Home cards do not strip it out. It's just a straight text if you're putting something like here. Say my skill would put output, so if my output had tags, they would show up in the home card. So make sure that you go ahead and eliminate them. What I have is at my own skills, I'll just have a regex function that will actually pull all that kind of stuff out. All right, let's go ahead and save and test this. And you'll see we now have type SSML, hello, my name is, and we got a 1 second pause, and Alexa. So if we come over here, ask webinar tags.
Hello, my name is Alexa.
So you saw that she went ahead and paused. Stop.
Hello, my name is.
Cancel. Cancel. Oh, okay. Because when we have this on the launch request, we actually do not have an open session, thankfully. If you are going and you're following along and you're putting it in an actual intent request, then you're going to have to go ahead and stop and cancel and all that goodness. Okay. Let's go and look at the tags. So remember the bit.ly tag here? And I called it SSML Tags, yeah. So we got a couple of different ones. You'll see here what I showed you with the output speech. I think what would be fun and what a lot of people like is the phonemes. So, and this can be a little confusing if you've never done it before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do it. We'll do something like this. And let's mess around up here first. And we'll say, I say tomato. You say, and we're going to build the tomato. So what you do is you can see here the phoneme, the alphabets, IPA, and then you actually say what you want her to say in here. So tomato, and I'm going to close the tag. So you can see tomato. You say tomato, I say toma. So the ma, the ah is what we want to change. So if we come down here, you're going to see examples. So the IPA vowel, an ah would be like a mouth, a fa. No, more like a father. Fa, yeah. So we'll take to, me, toma, fa. Yep, that's the one we want. So we'll bring this symbol over, and we'll erase that. And then you see we got the cool little symbol here. So if we play this.
I say tomato, you say tomato.
So you can see now we've actually changed how she's saying that. And let's go ahead and add this one to our full skill. We'll just keep building on it, I think. And we will. Now, the little tip, I'm just doing this for good form, but technically I could put this entire thing in single quotes and then use double quotes inside. It makes it a little bit more readable, but it's entirely up to you how you want to go ahead and encode your strings. So now we have hello, my name is. She's going to break for a second and then say Alexa, and then she will say, I say tomato, you say tomato. And then we're going to close our speak tag. Ask webinar tags.
Hello, my name is Alexa. I say tomato, you say tomato.
There we go. And that's funny. She said Alexa dot. Did you notice that? Instead of a period. So we're going to get rid of that dot. Although there is an echo dot, so that's kind of cool, right? If you're listening it on a dot. In fact, I'm going to do another pause after this. There we go. Ask webinar tags.
Hello, my name is Alexa. I say tomato, you say tomato.
All right, so you are going to play around a lot with this string that you're building here. So that's why that voice simulator tool is there. You can continue to mess around with the string. Now, here's the tip. To go back and forth it's not going to be as readable when you have this. So I simply do it with single quotes here. And this is just a tip for testing back and forth with the tool. I find it easier. If you'd like to keep good form, you can keep it the way you have it. Not an issue. But I always like to make things easier on myself. So now, if we copy this, we gotta close the string here. There we go. So let's go ahead and copy this whole thing. Put it in the voice simulator. And now it's a lot more readable, as you can see.
Hello, my name is Alexa. I say tomato, you say tomato.
All right, so another area with SSML tags I get a question on is the audio. So let's go ahead to the documentation here, and we're going to click on audio. Now, there's a couple things. This is usually what everyone misses, and I wish it was bolded in the documentation. This or this, right? So the first thing is everyone figures out it's got to be an MP3 file, and if you're doing Lambda, it's already over a secure connection. But what you may not know is it's got to be MPEG version 2. You may not know the size. The bit rate's going to be 48K BPS and then 16,000 hertz for the sample rate. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to pull up Audacity here. So you can go ahead and pause this video if you need to, if you have not installed that tool. And let me make sure I'm recording with this mic. Yep. So if I said, first thing down here, everybody see this? In the actual tool, this is where you do the rate. So we are going to pick 16,000. Let's go ahead and record something. This is an audio tag. Let's play it back. This is an audio tag. All right, and now we're going to export this audio tag. And I'm just going to put it on my desktop. I'm going to save it as a tag. The options, by the way, I already have it set to 48K BPS, but this is where you will set that. Okay, we'll hit OK. Save it. I'll just keep the tags I already have from the podcast. All right, now I could do a couple of things here. I could do AWS command line tools. So if I did an AWS S3 CP, the name of the file, and then like my bucket is Alexa demo. So if I did something like that, and you can get all the help that you need for AWS S3 and all that kind of stuff, right? I'm going to show you, because I think it's easier to follow along for demo purposes, what this actually looks like in the management console. So let's go ahead and pull up our S3 service. Now, mine's in the history. If you haven't opened it, it's going to be under Storage S3. And I have Alexa demos here. Let's go ahead and upload what we just created. So we're going to say add file, a tag. Start that upload. All right, so we've got a tag. This is where a lot of people mess up. So let's look at the properties of the tag. Here is our URL, but the permissions are only set for me, and that doesn't help all of you. So we need to go ahead and have all of you, so click on everyone, be able to view it. I put open and download just so that anybody can open it in the browser if I'm testing or something like that. So now we should be able to do this. This is an audio tag. All right, so everything's working. Looks like we've got our permissions. What's the next step? Well, we're going to come right back over, and this is why we created this string. So after she says tomato, tomato, we'll do an audio tag. And the way that you do that is audio source equals with the source, and then close the audio tag. And does that look good? Yep, that looks good. Let's go ahead and play.
Hello, my name is. Alexa, I say tomato, you say tomato.
This is an audio tag. All right, thank you, Dave, for pointing out it's an audio tag. And we're going to copy this over, go into Lambda, and same thing. We're going to go ahead and change this SSML here. We're going to copy this right in. Save and test. Let's make sure that looks good. And notice with the little tip, when you're using the single quote, it will cast it as the double quotes for you. All right, so everything looks good. Let's go ahead and run. Ask webinar tags.
Hello, my name is. Alexa, I say tomato, you say tomato.
This is an audio tag. Okay, so we've taken an existing skill. We've added some pauses for Alexa. We've changed the way that she actually pronounces things, and we've created our own audio file, and we've played that back. If you'd like more information, be sure to check out the developer portal, developer.amazon.com. Ask, and I look forward to hearing audio tags and lots of SSML in your future skills. Thank you for joining.